Hello, everybody. James Nussbaumer at you here in the small town of Massillon, Ohio, just before sunup. It's a little dark out there, but the town folks are getting in their cars. They're just starting to move. I expect the sun to be up maybe 45 minutes from now, but I generally like to read from the Course in Miracles this time of day. It gets my day started. Generally, I read quite a bit from the text over and over. I just love the text, the deep content of the text. But I'm doing these lessons for the benefit of you and for myself, which means for both of us together as one. Isn't that what the Course is all about? So we did lesson number 4 yesterday. Now we're on lesson number 5. And the idea, lesson number 5, is I am never upset for the reason that I think. This idea, like the preceding one, can be used with any person, situation, or event you think is causing you some pain. Apply it specifically to whatever you believe is the cause of your upset, using the description of the feeling in whatever term seems accurate to you. The upset may seem to be fear, worry, depression, anxiety, anger, hatred, jealousy, or any number of forms, all of which will be perceived as different. This is not true, however, until you learn that form does not matter. Each form becomes a proper subject for the exercises for the day. Applying the same idea to each of them separately is the first step in ultimately recognizing they are all the same. When using the idea for today for a specific perceived cause of an upset in any form, use both the name of the form in which you see the upset and the cause which you ascribe to it. For example, now I'm going to use the term lack or lacking because we always seem to be lacking something. Lacking looks, lacking enthusiasm, lacking confidence, lacking wealth, lacking health, lacking income, lacking love is really on top of the list. We seem to be lacking all kinds of things. Lacking a golf game. When I play bad, sometimes I'm lacking in my golf game. But aren't we always lacking something? So I'm going to use the scenario, the form lack, which is a thought that only projects a form that really isn't there. It's only in the outside world. So here we go with the idea. And this is what the idea that you need to repeat for the day. Now, if you've got your book along with you here, lesson number 5. If not, you're listening, that's fine too. And depending on how far advanced you are with the Course in Miracles, you may just want to look at the word, at the word lack that I'm going to use as, yes, it's form, but just think of it as thought for now, a thought that gets in the way. I am not angry at my lacking thoughts for the reason I think. I am not afraid of my lack for the reason I think. Okay, now the lesson goes on. But again, this should not be substituted for practice periods in which you first search your mind for sources of upset. Now, I just use lack as an example. The sources of upset in which you believe and forms of upset which you think result. In these exercises, more than in the preceding ones, you may find it hard to be indiscriminate and to avoid giving greater weight to some subjects than to others. It might help to precede the exercise with the statement of this: there are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. Then examine your mind for whatever is distressing you, regardless of how much or how little you think it is doing so. You may also find yourself less willing to apply today's idea to some perceived sources of upset than to others. If this occurs, Think first of this. I cannot keep this form of upset and let the others go. For the purposes of these exercises, then, I will regard them all as the same. Then search your mind for no more than a minute or so and try to identify a number of different forms of upset that are disturbing you, regardless of the relative importance you may give them. Apply the idea for today to each of them using the name of both the source of the upset as you perceive it and of the feeling as you experience. For example, further here, I am not worried about my thoughts of lack for the reason I think. Then you may say, I am not depressed about my lacking scenarios for the reason I think. 3 or 4 times during the day of doing this is enough. Thanks everybody for listening to me. And, like I mentioned earlier, depending on how far advanced you are with the course, and I just want to throw this back at you. We run into people now, the younger generation has this thing, it's like the old days, hey, how's it going? What are you doing? And, people may say, oh, not much, same old thing. And then the saying now is, oh, just living the dream, huh? Living the dream. Well, are you living the dream, your dream, or are you living the dream that someone else is dreaming of you? Think about that when you have those thoughts of lack or anger or despair or depressed feelings, or all those feelings that we just talked about in this exercise. Thank you. And if you want to know more about me, down below in the description box of this YouTube video is the link to my website at jamesnussbaumer.com, and there you can find out all about me. Thanks again. This was A Course in Miracles Workbook for Students, lesson number 5. Thank you.